All right, and welcome to Geekin Out. We're going to talk about Arrow, Flash, and Shield today. So Arrow just started, Flash just started, and Shield's on its second episode. So we just both finished watching Arrow. I'm here with Jesse, my girl Friday. How you doing? I'm Chris
Well,
Sneezak myself. How are you?
how are you?
I'm better. I had the gout. It is less painful now.
At least it's less painful.
I can walk and stuff, and I went to work today. That was exciting.
That's good.
You are looking lovely with your shorter haircut.
Sweet.
What? Why is that so weird?
Because I say so.
Okay, as long if you say so, then it is so. You are your
Yeah.
own
Are
master.
you denying that you're a weird person?
I am. I'm denying that I'm as weird as you think I am. That's what I'm denying.
Fair.
All
Okay,
right.
that's fair.
So Arrow that started. What did you think?
That that was an amazing episode.
Yeah, you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
So spoilers are on, folks. I also quite enjoyed it. Let's talk about the last thing that happened.
The gravestone?
Yeah. So the,
Yeah.
the episode skips 6 months ahead, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a gravestone, and there's Grant Gustin's Flash standing with
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Queen, Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen or Arrow, and they're both standing at a grave, and this Oliver Queen is like, I don't. I would blame myself for this, but now I don't. I just take responsibility, and I'm gonna kill him. And I can already tell the whole theme of the season is the darkness that is within Oliver
Mm-hmm.
Queen, something that he can actually overcome and be a better person, better superhero.
Yeah.
So tell me, what were your favorite things
Um,
about this episode?
I love that they're starting to introduce magic.
Right?
Yeah, that's also like we see so much superheroes on TV right now.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, like a lot of mutants, but magic is the one of the few things we're not seeing a lot of. So I like that they're differentiating themselves. Because I gotta admit, Shield and Heroes, I'm starting to confuse some of the powers and characters. But Shield is
Ah,
Arrow is keeping themselves differentiated with that.
I don't think I've seen. Did I? Oh, I saw episode 3 of Heroes, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah, well, Heroes on Thursday or later.
So, yeah, Damien Dark is the overarching villain, and apparently he's in charge of Hive. For those who don't
Yeah.
know, Damien Dark, at least in this fiction, is he was a member of the League of Assassins. He was like Ra's
Mhm.
al Ghul's right hand, and or was like growing up with him, and then he betrayed him at some point and got excommunicated, and now he knows magic.
Yeah. And they're opening the doorway for Constantine to be a serious character in the show,
Yeah,
in the
right.
universe.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I love John Constantine, so I'm pretty excited to see him in this show being handled by these creators.
Yeah, I actually got to catch up with Constantine. I was trying not to watch it because I didn't want to be heartbroken, but at the same time, I really want to see it succeed because I really like the idea of Constantine.
Yeah, I don't.
So I didn't catch up.
If they tied in the old show, I'd be surprised because the old show just sort of ended at one point. Like there was no conclusion at all. It just stopped because it got canceled.
Hmm.
So that was sad.
I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up the show
Yeah, that'd be cool.
in
That'd be
some
great.
form, like season two of Legends of Tomorrow being magic based. That's a possibility,
Mm, as
as opposed to time based.
yeah, yeah. So, is there anything else you want to say about Arrow? Is there anything you want to bring up about Arrow?
I We were talking a little bit before the show about the grave, how we think it might be Felicity. At the same time, I think it might actually be um, Thea.
What if it's Lance?
Yeah, it could be him because
Uh,
he's apparently a traitor.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's a traitor, right? Sometimes you just do the thing that
Hmm.
you think is right for the city.
Yeah. Okay, so he made a really big mistake.
Yeah, a huge mistake. That
Yeah,
because
he joined the bad guys.
yeah, he's working with Damien Dark. In fact, he was one of the people that probably let Damien Dark into the city.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
by mid-season he's going to be part of Team Arrow as a spy.
that would be good. I could. totally get behind that.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. Anything else you want to say? There's a here. I guess we could bring up. Why don't we bring up the initial conflicts that are going on right now? So
Okay.
John is still mad at Oliver because of what he did to his wife
Who
last year.
isn't mad? The
I'm
wife
not.
isn't mad.
Yeah, he's the only one who's mad. John's the only
Yeah.
one who's still mad about it. Thea is having problems controlling her anger because she was dumped into a Lazarus pit. That's my
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah, and also she's a queen.
Yeah, she's having trouble controlling her anger, and she's a little out of control.
Yeah.
We don't know why yet. My guess is because of the Lazarus pit.
Yeah. They did
Uh,
say there'd be repercussions for that,
yeah.
as there should be.
Laurel doesn't have any real conflict right now, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, but she wasn't useless this episode, so that in itself is a victory.
Well, her and Thea are much better fighters. If you notice,
Yeah.
Thea fights a lot like Roy used to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I like their scenes a lot, even if they didn't necessarily have their own arc yet.
Well, yet there's 20 episodes of the season, so there's
Yeah.
still 19 left. I'm sure we'll get
They
something.
had to introduce magic and Damien Dark.
Yeah. And there's still flashbacks, which I'm okay with. They dumped him
Hmm.
back on Lian Yu. They dumped him back on
Yeah.
Lian Yu. I'm like, come on, really? Okay, that's fine.
Well, we knew it had to happen at some point because his last year, or
What
like
about
when he's
Russia?
oh yeah, you're right. So he's going to have
He's
to
got
be
to get off.
rescued, brought to Russia, and then brought back.
Look, I don't think he's going to be rescued. I think he goes to the island and finds out it's Russians, right?
Okay.
And then
He
goes with
rescues
them.
himself.
Yeah,
Hmm.
infiltrates their organization, something like that. I mean, this
Okay, yeah,
is
that makes sense.
yeah, the flashback stories are the stories of Oliver Queen accepting the fact that he is a
Hmm.
killer, at least at this point in his life.
Yeah, but he's got 1 year left before it catches up with the main story.
Yep. And then hopefully the show will end because that would be good.
Yeah, and they can continue character arcs in other shows.
Correct. I agree.
So,
All right. Well, that's really all we have to say about Arrow. I suppose we can move on to
yeah,
Flash now. All right. So
I would give
episode
logical
one,
leap.
yeah,
All
episode
right.
one, season two, episode one of the Flash, the savior of Central City. So what did you think about
I
this episode?
left. I laughed, and you can ask Dave for confirmation on this. I looked behind me to talk to him for a second because he walked in the middle of the episode. His eyes go huge wide, and then I look back at the screen, and it's the fucking bat signal.
Oh
And I
yeah,
laughed for about 15 minutes straight.
it was really
Like I
funny.
couldn't stop laughing after the bat signal. That's the flash signal.
The Flash signal. I like that little cutaway too to Cisco and oh, what's her name? No, Caitlin. When Caitlin's like, "Where'd you get the
Hmm.
idea for that?" And Cisco's like, "I think I saw it in a comic book somewhere." It's so good.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good. I kind of like how Flash is a little bit darker this year, and Arrow's a little bit lighter. Like they're almost playing with that dynamic.
Yeah, it's good.
Flash killed someone.
Yeah, he did. They killed that guy. They straight up murdered that guy. I was surprised.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Atom
no.
Smasher.
I mean, there's nothing else they could really do about him. But
That's true. Uh, I don't know. Like, so spoilers on if you haven't seen the Flash yet, you should probably stop listening to
sorry.
this because we're going to talk about it. The message that Harrison leaves him on the disc that exonerates his father.
Yeah,
Oh man, like, and then his dad gets out and he's like, "I'm skipping town." I'm like, "What?"
yeah, that surprised me.
I'm like, "What's going on?" Because you
They
got
gotta
afford to put him on
explain more.
staff.
Must I mean he is an actor who I don't know, or maybe he has an arc somewhere else. He was in a
Maybe.
lot of episodes last year.
So I forget what's the professor's name, the guy with the glasses who's
Stein.
part of Firestorm. Stein. So Stein, he's obviously going to play a prominent role this year in the Flash TV show. He's taking Harrison Wells' spot.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah, me too. Except he's supposed to be one of the leads on Legends of Tomorrow also.
Well, Wells, the actor who plays Wells, is still main cast. So they're going to deal with that, and I think he's eventually going to come back, or the original Wells will come back, And then, what was that? I'm
What
sorry,
was what?
something just flashed across my screen.
Yes, those are
Um,
the props. Zach Hoffman gave you props, and me props too.
oh, well, thank
See?
you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that. Um,
So Harrison's
so
coming back at some point.
yeah, he's still main cast. He's going to be in almost every episode. So when Stein leaves to be the lead on Legends of Tomorrow, maybe Wells will take more of a leadership role or someone else.
Hmm. And it's, I mean, we knew Robbie Amell was going off the show, and we knew he wasn't
Yeah,
going to be part of it.
he's got a main gig somewhere else. I can't remember where. I want to say it's a
So he's the other half of Firestorm, and he's
mhm.
him and the Firestorm and the Flash together. They're ones that stop the singularity. I was actually
Mhm.
really upset.
Is that
No
what?
bloody ways. Harrison Wells coming back in the Flash. I thought that too, but he's full cast this season,
Yeah. What are they going
Zach.
to do with him?
So he's gonna be in every like that actor's in pretty much every episode, at least according to the contract or the
Yeah.
information that we're getting. The oh, I lost my train of thought.
You were
Oh,
upset
the
about something.
I forget, but I was gonna talk. Oh, because he gets that's where Firestorm gets separated when they stop the singularity together.
Hmm.
It's the Flash and Firestorm together. They blow up the singularity. I was really mad because they didn't start with that, and I was like, I just want to know what happened. And I
Yeah.
had to wait
It was
like 15 minutes
frustrating.
for them to tell me what happened. I'm like, just tell me what happened. You
Yeah.
cliffhanger me, and then you make me wait. And I'm like, that's fine. I get it. Like they stopped it obviously. Something happened because he's all by himself.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
it's not the last we've seen of Robbie.
yeah, I'm sure he'll be back around at some point.
Yeah, because I think they're going to start playing with the timelines, especially with Jay Garrick and
Yeah, for
Legends
those
of
who
Tomorrow, and they're going to be
what a
playing
great
timeline.
Yeah, what a great hook at the end of that episode when Jay Garrick
Hmm.
walks in and says, "I'm Jay Garrick," and we all know who he is. I mean, if you're any kind of comic book fan, you know that he is the original Flash from the comics, and that's the hat that
Hmm.
falls out at the end of out of the portal during the season at the season finale last year. So
Yeah,
Jay Garrick is now there and involved, and we'll see what happens next week, and it should be fascinating.
and this season they're bringing in Wally West.
Yes, that's going to be cool. So we're going to have three Flashes running around.
Hmm.
Well, and Zoom because he gets
And
mentioned.
and possibly Reverse Flash.
If Harrison Wells comes
I
back for some bizarre
Yeah,
reason.
bizarre reason,
So
yes,
so five speedsters running around? Sure, why not?
possibly. Well, it's called the Flash, just like the Arrow's called the Arrow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the Flash. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what's going to happen. I don't even understand. I haven't quite figured out the themes of the season yet from the first episode because
Yeah.
the stuff that they raised at the very beginning of it, where Barry's all by himself and he's like,
Hmm.
I can do this by myself because I don't want to see anyone else get hurt. They resolved that at the end of the first episode pretty much. So I'm cool with
Yes.
that. It's fine, perfect for me. All right,
I
so I guess
think
we should
I
move on.
think we'll know next episode with Jay Garrick.
What?
I think we'll know the themes next episode. I think Jay Garrick will bring those in.
Okay, that'll be good.
Mm.
All right, so then I guess we should move on to the Shield then, or Agents of Shield.
Sure.
All right. So, what did you think about episode 2 of Agents of Shield?
I enjoyed it. I watched it right before Arrow. Like I watched one right into the next, so it's starting to blur together a little bit,
Oh, there you
which is weird. But
go. So the thing that I enjoyed the most was they rescued Simmons.
yes, they didn't make it a 3-year arc.
Yes. That's one of the things I think that this show does exceptionally well is they raise some questions and they generally try to tend to answer them
Hmm.
fairly quickly. Like we're not
Yeah.
generally waiting half a season to find something out or even a whole
Hmm.
season to find something out. They do have some problems like that sometimes, and they have some questions that they raise that are season or half season long
Hmm.
arcs. But really, they're pretty good about like here's a thing, let's answer the thing.
Hmm.
So that
I
was
It was one of the very few moments on TV where I honestly had no idea what would happen.
oh yeah, I wasn't sure either. I thought they might both get stuck on the other
Yeah.
side.
Or dead, or
Yeah, that too. I mean, they've been sort of rotating in and out people. So
yeah.
I like that May and Hunter are going after Ward.
Hmm. Makes
That's
sense.
exciting. And there's going to be a throwdown at some point. I'm not even sure who's going to survive that. Like, hopefully somebody dies. I would like to see people get killed. I like
Yeah.
Ward. Well, here's the thing. Like, Ward has just brought on Baron von Strucker, basically,
Mhm.
into the show, like his kid. But that is the new Baron von Strucker. So if they set him up to be the new head of Hydra, then Ward can be killed, and that would be lovely because that would resolve a
Mhm.
lot of things for a lot of the people. But I really like Bad Ward. Bad Ward makes me happy, especially when he's trying to torture the kid and
Yeah.
he's like, "Want tacos?" And he drops the tacos on the table. So good.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like Evil Ward too.
I was sitting there watching this with Jen, my fiance, for those who don't know out there, and it was we were just listening to the banter, like the writing. Like
Mhm.
I can actually just flip the show on and just watch it to listen to them talk at each other, like banter
Yeah.
together, because I love the Wheaton-esque writing, like from
Mhm.
Firefly and from Buffy and stuff like that, and you're getting that here, plus all this
Mhm.
super heroic type stuff.
Yeah. It's like they finally gave them a little bit more free reign for the character dialogue compared to the
Hmm.
first two seasons.
Yes. Oh, another great line because I forget his name, the psychiatrist that's working with him, May's ex-husband.
Yeah, I can't remember the name either.
But he shrinks both uh Daisy and Coulson, and
Mm-hmm.
then like they walk into that castle place, and then Bobby's there too, and Bobby's like, so he told me I was not coping well with what I'm going through, and instead of moving forward, I'm covering up for it. And Daisy's like, no, he didn't say anything like that. No, actually, he did say something like that. He said exactly that. And it was a really, really great line in the show. Like, I mean, that's the kind of clever writing that's going on over there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the story is still engaging.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Secret Warriors when they finally assemble the team of Inhumans.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
Um, Secret Warriors. I want to. I feel like they haven't wrapped up Simmons' storyline. Like, I don't think that's the last we've seen of um, the interplanetary travel.
Yeah, I hope not. I I like that they brought back. I forget the actor's name, but the Asgardian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that guy as an actor, so it was fun to see him on there too.
Mm-hmm.
I also like that part where he rips the door off of the prison cell, and when the guards
Mm-hmm.
come in, he's like, "He did it."
Yeah. Yeah. That made me laugh.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, it was a solid episode. It answered a question that I wanted answered, and it raised a bunch of questions, like little end thing that happened at the end too, where Von Strucker is in May's ex husband's class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now he's spying on Shield.
Yep, and also how was keeping an eye on her dad because she's worried that Ward might come after him.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to say about Shield?
Not at the moment. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm just not sure what to think of it yet.
I am quite enjoying it too. I can't wait for the next appearance of Lash to see how they deal with it.
Yeah.
That's the big blue alien thing from this first episode for those people out there who may have not seen that yet or are wondering who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm really
So
liking the supernatural elements in this show as well this year.
yeah, it's really good. The Inhumans bring that mutant factor, which since they can't use mutants, thank you. I'm glad that they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zach, Zach just asked for those who are listening to the podcast version of this, did anyone see the season premiere of Air tonight? We talked about that one first for the first 10 minutes. All right. Well, that is this episode of Geekin Out. You can catch us on misdirectedmark.com. You can pick up our RSS feed over there and all the other wonderful shows that are over there on misdirectedmark.com. My name is Chris Nuzak. You can catch me at misdirectedmark on Twitter, Chris at misdirectedmark.com through email, the Facebook page. There's a Geekin Out Facebook page also, or at our G
Yeah.
Plus community. Jesse, where can people find you aside from all those places I just listed?
I now apparently have a Twitter. It's at Jesse_Siegel. So you can reach me
Yeah.
there.
All right. And with that, I will say keep on geeking on. And thanks everybody for listening and coming.